Texarkana, Texas City Council. Today is Monday, May the 12th, 2025. We'd certainly like to welcome everyone joining us in the audience this evening for our City Council meeting, in addition to those who are joining us online. So at this time, I'll call on our City Secretary, Ms. Jennifer Evans, to provide a roll call. Ms. Evans?
Ms. Matlock?
Here. Here.
Mr. Davis?
Here.
Mr. Metter?
Here. Here.
Ms. Page?
And Councilmember Page has an event this evening at the school district, and so we're not sure whether she will be able to join us this evening or not. So in her absence, and if she does get here, then she will pick up from there on the agenda. Until then, I would be voting on matters pertaining to items that are voted on by the council this evening. And so at this time, our invocation and pledge will be led by Councilmember Jean Matlock. Ms. Matlock?
Please stand and bow your heads. Heavenly Father, we thank you for another day of your grace and mercy. Lord, we come to you with praise and thanksgiving. Lord, we ask that you help us to make wise decisions for the city of Texarkana, for every citizen of Texarkana. Lord, we ask that you bless all of our policemen, all our firemen, all of our city staff, all of our residents. Bless our country, Lord, and help us to pray for our leaders. These and all of the blessings I ask in your darling son, Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. You may be seated. At this time, we will have our annual comprehensive financial report that will be given to us by Mr. David Coleman. And Mr. Coleman, thank you for being with us this evening, and we look forward to your information, sir.
Good evening. Let me get this on the slideshow. Well, good evening, everyone, and thank you for allowing me to be here. So, I am here to present the results of the 2024 audit of the annual comprehensive financial report. So what we're going to do for the few minutes I have, we're going to kind of go over the ACFR, what it entails, some of the financial highlights. We're going to talk about the audit scope, future pronouncements, and then I'll be happy to answer any questions. This slide, as you can see, I'm not going to read every word on there, but this is the ACFR overview. So it's called an annual comprehensive financial report for a reason. It's made up of an introductory section, a financial section, an RSI, statistical section. It's well over 200 pages long. It's a lot of work for management to put together and read and review. So it is a long document, but we have completed our audit. So as far as just a few key financial highlights I wanted to point out to you. Unassigned general fund balance. So that's the general operating fund of the city. We always look at that for kind of the financial health of a city. Your ending unassigned fund balance was $20.2 million. That's up about $3 million from last year. Another good indicator is your unassigned fund balance compared to your future expenditures, so your budgeted expenses for 2025. That represents about 39% of your future expenditures. So a general goal from the GFOA is about 20% there, so you've doubled that. So that's a reserve that you have. Not really a reserve, but it's just money that you have to use in the community and pay your bills and so forth. So a healthy fund balance in the general fund. As far as TWU, you'll see the operating revenues increased about $1.5 million year over year. The operating expenses remain pretty steady, which resulted in a net income, an increase in net position of $4 million compared to $3 million in the prior year. If you'll remember, a utility fund has to pay for itself. So any repairs in the system, any depreciation, the goal of a utility is to charge enough rates to pay for itself. So you're doing that. So just wanted to point that out to you. Another, one of the largest liabilities on your financial statements, your pension liabilities. The first three plans here, your TMRS plans, very well managed. They're all hovering between 88 and 90% funded. which that's pretty close to being fully funded on your pension plans. Now the firemen, it's at 61% compared to 75.5% last year. That's going to fluctuate, based upon market conditions and your census. Your OPEB plan, it's pretty consistent with the prior year, 15.2 million compared to 15.4 million. That's your retiree health insurance benefit that you provide to allow retirees to stay on your health insurance plan. As far as audit scope, this is the most important slide in my presentation, unmodified clean opinions. You do get 3 audit opinions, one on the financial statements, one on your internal control. You're required to have that done because you receive federal funding. So we didn't have any issues to report on that, and then one on your compliance with federal funding. So every year we have to do a risk analysis to determine which programs are higher risk. That's determined by the federal government. This year, 2 programs were selected to audit. One was the CDBG program. There was about $522,000 expenditures in that, and another one is the WIC. We didn't find any issues, so there's no issues to report to you based on the audit of those 2 programs. As far as the audit's scope and results, these are just required communication for me to tell you. Your significant accounting policies are located in note 1 of your financial statements. There was really no unusual policies or methods or disagreements or anything with management. Really no alternative accounting treatment that we talked about this year. As far as the financial statements themselves, a lot of it, we do actual substantive testing. We send confirmations. We actually go and look at things. But there is certain judgments and estimates in your financial statements. We do have methods to audit that. One is the allowance for doubtful accounts. We can't determine that with exact precision. We can apply audit procedures to that. Another one is your pension liabilities. That's based upon actuarial assumptions. We have audited all these. Another one is the post-employment benefit liability we talked about, self-insurance liabilities, and your key estimates related to SEBITAs. As far as your financial statement disclosures, contingent liabilities, OPEB, and pension liabilities, those are the more sensitive disclosures because there's more estimation, and we talked about all of those. There was no audit adjustments that we proposed from management this year. As far as the quality of your accounting principles, they're up to snuff. No matters are reported there. And there was really no unusual transactions in the current year. So the GASB, it seems like after COVID, they gave us a couple years off. We're getting ready to kick back up, and we're going to have to implement some new standards in the next couple years, which is these slides. One of them is compensated absences. I will be working with management on that, with Kristen on implementing that next year. I don't think it's going to have a significant impact to you, but it just changes the way that you account for compensated absences. Another one is certain risk disclosures. That's just, I don't think is going to have a significant impact on you. It will just enhance the disclosures a little bit. GASB 103 is in 2 years. That one's going to be significant. So GASB 34 is what we follow to audit the ACFR and to prepare the ACFR. That's kind of going to change a little bit in 2026. Michael, your financial statements might look a little different as a result of that standard. And then another one is GASB 104. We're going to have to add disclosures on your capital assets, so make it from 220 to 225. So we're going to add some more disclosures in there. So that's the results of the audit. I appreciate everyone that assisted us to get this audit done on time. We had a good year, so thank you. Happy to answer any questions you have.
Any questions for Mr. Coleman by the council? Certainly want to thank you for a very good audit, Kristen. Congratulations on you and your staff and other city employees who are involved in this endeavor, and appreciate the great work that y'all do too. So, okay, very good. All right.
Good evening.
All right, Mr. Coleman, thank you for being here. Have a good evening, sir. At this time, we'll move forward with a proclamation which deals with mental health awareness. And the proclamation reads as follows: whereas mental health is essential to everyone's overall health and well-being, and all Americans experience times of difficulty and stress in their lives. Whereas mental health conditions are real and prevalent in our nation, and prevention is an effective way to reduce the burden of mental health conditions. And whereas with early and effective treatment, those individuals with mental health conditions can recover and lead full, productive lives. And whereas Community Health Corps is the local mental health authority assisting residents in 9 East Texas counties, including Bowie County and the city of Texarkana, Texas. And whereas Community Health Corps provides 24-hour, 7-day-a-week crisis hotline, excuse me, outpatient and inpatient mental health services, skills training, and support services for children and adults. And whereas Community Health Corps served 3,131 Bowie County residents in fiscal year 2024. Now, therefore, I, Bob Brugman, Mayor of the City of Texarkana, Texas, do hereby proclaim May 2025 as Mental Health Awareness Month in Texarkana, Texas. And I also call upon the citizens, government agencies, public and private institutions, businesses, and schools to recommit our community to increasing awareness and understanding of mental health, the steps our citizens can take to protect their mental health, and the need of appropriate and accessible services for all people with mental health illnesses. Signed this 12th day of May 2025. So I've signed the proclamation. It's been attested by Jennifer Evans, our city secretary, and the city seal has also been affixed to the proclamation. Stacy, good to see you this evening.
Thank you, Mayor.
Anything else you would like to share?
I just want to point out that it is guaranteed that someone in this room has a mental illness. You may not know it because it's not something that is seen, as well as other physical illnesses, right? So just take that in mind when dealing with people day to day, that you never know what someone is going through. And we appreciate you, Mayor, and council members for this declaration.
Okay, well, very good. If it's okay with you, I will step down and we'll present
Absolutely.
the proclamation and take a photo.
Perfect.
All right, thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you for being here.
Congratulations on your degree.
All right, this time we move along to Mayor's remarks and items of community interest. We do have several events coming up in the community very soon. Our upcoming council meetings, our next regularly scheduled meeting will be on Monday, June the 9th, followed by Monday, July the 14th at 6 p.m. here in the council chambers. In reference to parks and recreation activities, May 17th, 24th, and 31st, we'll have our farmers market from 8 a.m. until 12 p.m., and that's at 500 North State Line Avenue in front of the federal courthouse area. And also June the 7th will be included in that calendar as well. May 24th and 25th will be the USSSA Game Day Experience at Swanger Complex. And May 30th and 31st will be the All-Star Tournament hosted by Baseball Association of Texarkana, Texas at the Swanger Complex. Also, June the 6th through the 9th, we'll have the All-Star Tournament hosted by the Texarkana Baseball Association at Swanger Complex. And for additional parks and recreation information, it can be found on the city's website. And also, we have events coming up at the Pro Theater. The Atlanta Grounds School of Dance will present Let's Go to the Movies on Saturday, May the 10th at 2 p.m. And then the Judith McCarty School of Dance has its 80th anniversary review. It will be held on Friday, May the 16th at 7:30 p.m. and Saturday, May the 17th at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. Tickets for Perot Theater shows are available at perottheater.org. And I was just checking that date for the Atlanta Grounds. That would have been this past Saturday. So anyway, just make you aware of that. And then we had the opportunity recently, as far as the city, to have the grand opening at the Swanger Complex as well as the Grady T. Wallace Soccer Complex. And I'm just so impressed with the work that's been done at Swanger as well as Grady T. Wallace. I've heard a lot of compliments in the community about these two venues as far as soccer and also baseball. And so I had the opportunity to attend the one at Grady T. Wallace, and unfortunately I was officiating a playoff game during the Swanger ceremony, but I got to see the videos and the pictures, and it was very, very well attended. And so I just want to commend our Parks and Recreation Department, along with our city manager's oversight, to get these complexes upgraded. They look first class, and this will certainly help us in the future as far as attracting additional baseball and soccer competitions over the weekends and other types of events during the year. And we will have more people coming into our community to spend the weekends and to spend money in our community, which certainly will have a positive reflection on our sales tax revenue. And so just want to thank the council for participating in these two events that we have, and thank you all for your support, and also with the council's support of passing the bond, which made the funds available to do the construction at these projects. Dr. Orr, do you have anything else you'd like to share along those lines?
No, just to echo your comments, we appreciate the council's support on the bond and our Parks Department and Public Works as well, and their
Right.
collaboration. I just wanted to report, Mayor, you were not there, but all the council members did an excellent job on their first pitches, so they all made it to the plate.
Well, very good.
We didn't judge balls and strikes, but.
Well, I guarantee you I wish I'd been there. I spent 3.5 hours behind the plate that night in Hughes Springs with a lot of support from those sitting in the stands behind me. Even when I did not solicit their input, they were very nice to provide their expertise. So anyway, so that was still a great event. So thanks to everyone for making that a great event. At this time, move along to our open forum, comments from the public. If there's anyone in the audience who would like to address the council, you're welcome to do so. You will have up to 5 minutes to speak on any topic. If you are here this evening to speak on behalf of one of our public hearing items, and I would ask if you'll please wait until we get to that particular item. We'll be more than happy to listen to your comments at that time. We also encourage you to fill out one of the sheets that can be found in the rack there by the door. And Ms. Evans, do we have any sheets? We do not have any. Does anyone in the audience wish to address the council this evening? All right, not seeing anyone coming forward. At this time, move along to appointments to boards, commissions, and committees. Do we have any appointments or reappointments to boards, commissions, and committees this evening by the council? Council, I do have two that are my appointments. I would like to renominate Mr. Dennis Washington to serve on the Texarkana Center Board of Directors. He is very excited about the work that's taking place there and was interested in serving another term. And then I also would like to appoint Mr. Jonathan Paxton to the Housing Authority Board. So those are my two appointments. If there aren't any others, I will entertain a motion to approve the appointments that have been made and reappointments at this time. Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
I have a motion by Councilmember Davis. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Thompson. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Aye. I forgot to vote. So anyway, so we have approved the reappointment of Dennis Washington and the appointment of Jonathan Paxton, and we'll thank both of these gentlemen for their service. At this time, we'll move along to our consent agenda. We do have several items to go over this evening on the consent agenda, so I'll try not to have a recess during this and get all of them in at one time. Item number 1 is to consider approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of the City Council held on April 14th, 2025 at 6 p.m. Item 2 is resolution number 2025-046, approving the Texarkana Regional Airport Executive Director to sign a work order with Garver Engineering for a self-serve avgas tank design and administration with grant funds previously approved in the fiscal year 25 capital budget. Item 3, resolution number 2025-059, approving the Texarkana Regional Airport Executive Director to sign a work order with Garver Engineering for a vehicle service road designed with grant funds previously approved in the fiscal year 25 capital budget. Item number 4, resolution number 2025-061, authorizing the city manager to execute a contract with Ideal Pump and Service of Stuttgart, Arkansas to replace the Wright-Patman Water Treatment Plant number 4 low service pump for an amount not to exceed $247,600, with the Texas portion not to exceed $163,456.29, with funds available in the Utilities 2024-2025 budget in the Lake Texarkana Water Supply Corporation Fund. Item number 5 is resolution number 2025-062, authorizing the city manager to execute a contract with Automated Logic Contracting Services, Incorporated of Richardson, Texas, to make necessary improvements to the existing HVAC system for the 801 Wood Street office for an amount not to exceed $119,900, with the Texas portion not to exceed $69,290.21, with funds available in the Utilities 2024-2025 budget in the Texas Capital Improvement Fund. Item number 6, resolution number 2025-063, authorizing the city manager to execute a contract with Johnson Controls Incorporated of Fort Worth, Texas, to perform an investment-grade energy audit of the Texarkana Water Utilities facilities for an amount not to exceed $300,000, with the Texas portion not to exceed $173,370, with funds available in the Utilities 2024-2025 budget in the Texas Capital Improvement Fund. Item number 7, resolution number 2025-064, authorizing the city manager to execute a contract with Elliott Electric Supply of Texarkana, Texas, to retrofit the switchgear serving high service pump number 3 for the Millwood Water Treatment Plant for an amount not to exceed $69,635, with the Texas portion not to exceed $40,242.06, with funds available in the Utilities 2024-2025 budget in the Lake Texarkana Water Supply Corporation Fund. Item number 8, resolution number 2025-065, authorizing the city manager to execute a contract for the Millwood Water Treatment Plant cleaning of the sludge ponds project for an amount not to exceed $481,540, with the Texas portion not to exceed $278,281.96, with funds available in the Utilities 2024-2025 budget in the Millwood WTP Depreciation Fund. Item number 9, resolution number 2025-066, approving 2 change orders with RK Hall LLC of Paris, Texas, for Kennedy Lane and West Lawn Drive street reconstruction projects for an amount not to exceed $492,223.75, with funds budgeted in the 2022 Bond Fund, Fund 425. Item number 10, resolution number 2025-071, authorizing the city manager to execute cooperative purchasing agreements with multiple vendors for the purchase of office supplies, which may exceed $50,000 in total, with funds budgeted in various funds and across various departments. Item number 11, resolution number 2025-072, authorizing the city manager to execute a contract with HDR Engineering Incorporated of Dallas, Texas, to evaluate and recommend improvements to the raw water intake located at Lake Wright-Patman, which serves the water treatment plant located at the Graphic Packaging Mill in Domino, Texas, for an amount not to exceed $329,733, with no impact on the utilities funds and all invoices being paid directly by Graphic Packaging Incorporated. Item number 12, ordinance number 2025-076, authorizing the city manager to accept a grant from the TLL Temple Foundation in the amount of $2 million for support of the assembly line creator space, Ready, Set, Move, Texarkana, and Pitch It. Texarkana initiatives and amending the budget for the fiscal year beginning October 1, 2024 and ending September 30th, 2025 to add the Assembly Line Fund, Fund 249, and include budgeted revenues and expenditures in this fund in the amount of $2 million. Item number 13, resolution number 2025-077, authorizing the city manager to execute a contract with JSG Homes, LLC of Atlanta, Texas, for the construction of 5 homes selected under the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs Home Program. This concludes the reading of the consent agenda. Unless a council member would like to, glad I got through that. Unless a council member would like to pull one or more items for further review or consideration, I will entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as it has been presented. Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
We have a motion by Councilmember Thompson. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Hart. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The consent agenda has been approved. We do not have any action items this evening, so we'll now move along to our first briefings. In council, relating to our first briefings, items 2 and 3 are related to each other, and so I will read those two captions together. So beginning with item number 1, ordinance number 2025-060, granting the city manager supervision of filming and establishing guidelines to become a film-friendly Texas certified community. And we have Brooke Stone and Rayleigh Derrick to brief the council on this item. Good evening, ladies.
Hi, good evening, Mayor and Council. I'm Brooke Stone, and I'm here for moral support to help answer questions and to run the slideshow. So I'm going to turn it over to Rayleigh.
Okay.
Good evening, Mayor and Council members. My name is Rayleigh Derrick, and I have been an intern here at City Hall since January, and I am excited to share with you my capstone project for the semester and an exciting opportunity for Texarkana, Texas, becoming a film-friendly designated city. Film-Friendly Texas designation are guidelines and materials that help Texas communities attract film producers and production teams to film episodic, commercial, or movie productions. This designation is granted through the Texas Film Commission, which is a part of the Governor's Office of Texas. Many of our East Texas neighbors have acquired their Film-Friendly Texas certification and have already hosted filming crews in their area. Every red dot you see on this map is a Film-Friendly Texas certified community. Even some of our closest neighbors, such as Atlanta, Pittsburgh, Tyler, and Marshall, have acquired their film-friendly certification and have already hosted production crews in their area. With Texarkana's infrastructure, unique parks, and historical destinations, such as our Arts and Historic District, Texarkana would be an excellent place to join the map. First, attendance to a How to Become a Film-Friendly Texas Community Workshop is mandatory to learn the proper ways to adapt the enforceable guidelines while hosting filming crews. Brooke Stone and I attended the workshop on April 10th, 2025. This proposed ordinance is the enforceable guidelines for our community that will act as a guide for production crews. Second, establishing a film-friendly liaison within the community ensures seamless collaboration between filmmakers and local stakeholders. Our community's film-friendly liaison is our own Brooke Stone. Lastly, submission of photos from our community that would advertise Texarkana as a great place for filming. And these are just a few of the locations that we've submitted. We've also submitted pictures of Texarkana Public Library, Lake Wright-Patman, Alley Cat's Coffee Bar, the 1894 Gallery, and many more. So places like Swanger Park and Perot Theater are locations that are unique to Texarkana and would look great as a backdrop in a film. Advertising the unique locations we have can offer something different than another FFTX certified community. In the enforceable guidelines, we have strict rules to ensure our community has a great experience while hosting production crews, ensuring business owners, tenants, and residents in the surrounding areas of filming are notified when filming shall begin. as well as having very strict hours on filming to ensure our residents aren't disturbed during the commencement of filming. The hours will be Monday through Friday, 7 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock in the evening, and the weekend hours shall be 8 o'clock in the morning till 8 o'clock in the evening. Lastly, ensure production crews provide sanitation cleanup for any leftover materials and debris from filming. Ensuring film crews keep Texarkana beautiful is always a top priority. Large production crews need a place to eat, sleep, and shop while they are filming in Texarkana. Film crews can have anywhere from 50 to 500 crew members. With all the spending they will be doing while here, it will add to our local sales tax and hotel occupancy tax revenue, giving our local economy a boost. This designation would also give Texarkana a reputation as being a digital media-friendly community, enticing more productions to set up in our town. We estimate the economic impact for a small production crew of 50 people staying in a local hotel at a rate of $119 a night would generate $733.50 per night in hotel occupancy tax revenue. And for a 90-day production, it would generate $69,615 in hotel occupancy tax revenue alone. Hosting production crews would support growing economic vitality in our area. This designation would be a great way to advertise Texarkana as a unique place for filming while adding to our local economy. I will be happy to answer any questions at this time.
Any questions by the council? This is something that's kind of new and unique, and so what's kind of share the timeline that we're looking at? Have we done all the steps, or?
Yes, having our ordinance adapted into our local codes is our last step to getting our certification. We've already completed everything else.
Okay, very good. That's exciting. So, well, Rayleigh and Brooke, thank you for briefing us on this item. This is exciting.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, items 2 and 3 are related, and so Michelle Daniel is coming forward to brief the council, so I'll go ahead and read both of these together. Item 2 is ordinance number 2025-073, rezoning lots 6 and 7, Wells Ford subdivision located at 3126 Norton Street, which is in Ward 1, from single family 2 to single family 3. Maya Ann Silas, owner, and Randy Davis, agent. Item 3 is ordinance number 2025-074, granting a specific use permit to allow the location of a HUD code manufactured home on lots 6 and 7, Wellsford subdivision located at 3126 Norton Street in Ward 1. Maya Ann Silas, owner, Randy Davis, agent. Good evening, Michelle.
Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, Council. So this is a request to rezone 3126 Norton Street from Single Family 2 to Single Family 3. Specific use permit to allow a HUD code manufactured home on this property. The future land use map has designated this property as neighborhood residential, and the adjacent zoning is planned development office to the north and single family 2 to the south, east, and west. The adjacent land use is vacant land in the north, south, east, and west. Planning and zoning recommend for approval of this request with the following stipulations. That 2020 or newer HUD code manufactured home be allowed on the property, that the HUD code manufactured home be tied down, skirted, or underpinned, and that the home is used for human occupancy only, and that all driveways, parking, building code setbacks, engineered foundations, platting, floodplain requirements must be met in accordance with the City of Texarkana, Texas codes. I'll be happy to answer any questions y'all may have.
Questions for Michelle on these two items?
Are residents required to be notified about the HUD home being put in that area?
They are notified. Everybody within 250 feet, I believe, of the property line is notified of the planning and zoning meeting and of our procedures, yes.
Any other questions by the council? Okay, thank you, Michelle. And then Michelle is also going to brief us on the next item, item number 4. Item number 4, ordinance number 2025-075, rezoning on a portion of an approximate 1.994 acre tract of land being Tract 4, RG Cannon Headright Survey, A-733, located at 2021 Mall Drive, which is in Ward 4, from general retail to parking. Strategic Restaurant Enterprises Incorporated owner, Janet Reed and Jeremy Nienenkamp, apologize if I mispronounced that incorrectly, with Texas Roadhouse being the agent. Michelle?
Good evening again. So this is a request to rezone 2021 Mall Drive from general retail to parking. The existing building will be demolished, and the intent is for overflow parking for the employees of Texas Roadhouse and Bubba's 33. The future land use map has designated this property as regional commercial. The adjacent zoning is general retail to the south, east, and west, and Interstate 30 to the north. The adjacent land use is restaurants to the west, jewelers to the east, and vacant land south and I-30 to the north. Planning and zoning recommend for approval of this request, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Michelle on this item? The building that will be taken down is the former Bryce's Cafeteria building that we knew for many years. And so, anyway, any other comments or questions? Okay, thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
Appreciate your reports this evening. We'll now move along to our public hearings. So we do have several public hearings scheduled for this evening. During these public hearings, items 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 are related to each other. And by the way, I failed to mention to the council, in reference to our first briefing items, we will have public hearings and council vote on these first briefing items at our next council meeting that will be held on June the 9th. Item number 1 is resolution number 2025-049, approving the Texarkana, Texas Economic Development Strategic Work Plan. And so at this time, I'll declare the public hearing open on this item. If anyone would like to address the council, if you'll please come forward and state your name for the record. Not seeing anyone coming forward. At this time, I'll declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval of the resolution?
So moved. Second.
We have a motion by Councilmember Matlock, a second by Councilmember Davis. This item does not pertain to an ordinance, so there is not a caption. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The resolution passes. Item number 2 is ordinance number 2025-052, granting a specific use permit to allow one additional use of a permanent cosmetics on an approximate .24 acre tract of land being Tract 3A, Mary E. Will subdivision, located at 3115 Kennedy Lane in Ward 4. Ching Hong, owner. At this time, I'll declare the public hearing open on this item. If anyone would like to address the council, that consent agenda got me this evening, y'all. So, if anyone would like to address the council on this item, if you'll please come forward and state your name for the record. Okay, at this time, I'll declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval of the ordinance?
So moved.
We have a motion by Councilmember Matlock. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Thompson. Ms. Evans, the caption, please.
An ordinance of the City Council of the City of Texarkana, Texas, amending the zoning map showing the location, boundary, and use of certain property by the granting of specific use permit number S-806 to allow the one additional use of permanent cosmetics and a tenant space on an approximate 0.24 acre tract of land, being Tract 3A, Mary E. Wills subdivision, located at 3115 Kennedy Lane in the city of Texarkana, Bowie County, Texas, containing a repealer clause, containing a severability clause, and establishing an effective date.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ordinance passes unanimously. Item number 3 is ordinance number 2025-053, rezoning on an approximate 5 acre tract of land being Tract 13B, L.T. King Headright Survey A-327, located at 3001 Bender Road, which is in Ward 1, from 2-Family 2 to Planned Development Multiple Family 1, Dennis Pascarella, owner, and David Williams, MTG Engineers and Surveyors Agent. At this time, I'll declare the public hearing open on this item. If anyone would like to address the council, if you'll please come forward and state your name for the record.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'm David Williams with MTG Engineers.
Good evening, Mr. Williams. We're glad to have you with us.
Thank you. Here tonight in support of this item, and we'll be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Okay, any questions for Mr. Williams? Okay, thank you, sir. Appreciate your time. Public hearing is still open on this item. If anyone else would like to address the council, if you'll please come forward. At this time, I'll declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval of the ordinance? We have a motion by Councilmember Davis. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Matlock. Ms. Evans, the caption, please.
The City Council of the City of Texarkana, Texas, amending the zoning ordinance of the City of Texarkana, Texas by rezoning on an approximate 5-acre tract of land, being Tract 13B, LT King HRS A-327, located at 3001 Bender Road in the City of Texarkana, Bowie County, Texas, from 2 Family 2 to Planned Development Multiple Family 1, containing a repealer clause, containing a severability clause, and establishing an effective date.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ordinance passes. Item number 4, ordinance number 2025-054, amending PD-25-1 for site plan approval on an approximate 5-acre tract of land being Tract 13B, as in boy, LT King Headright Survey A-327, located at 3001 Bender Road, Ward 1, Dennis Pascarella, owner, and David Williams, MTG Engineering and Surveyor's Agent. At this time, I declare the public hearing open on this item. If anyone would like to address the council, please state your name for the record.
Again, Mayor and Council, David Williams, and we're here in support and happy to answer any questions you may have.
Any questions for Mr. Williams? Okay, thank you, sir. Public hearing is still open. If anyone else would like to address the council, please come forward. This time, I declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval of the ordinance?
Moved.
Motion by Councilmember Davis. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Thompson. Ms. Evans, the caption, please.
City Council of the City of Texarkana, Texas, amending PD-25-1 MF1 for site plan approval on an approximate 5-acre tract of land, being Tract 13B, LT King HRS A-327, located at 3001 Bender Road in the City of Texarkana, Bowie County, Texas, containing a repealer clause, containing a severability clause, and establishing an effective date.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ordinance passes. All right, very good. Looks like a very nice project, Mr. Williams.
Thank you.
Yeah, so, okay, very good. Thank you. Now we move along to item number 5, ordinance number 2025-055, rezoning on Lot 2, Block 1, Buchanan Avenue Addition, located at 1108 Willis Street in Ward 1, from commercial to single-family 3, Jermel Fulton, owner. At this time, I declare the public hearing open on this item. If you'll please come forward and state your name for the record. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. My name is Jermel Fulton, and I plan on putting a single family home on that lot. I had to add both the lots together in order to get a remanufactured home put on there.
Okay, so we got 2 lots together? Okay, all right, very good. Thank you, Mr. Fulton. Any questions for Mr. Fulton? Okay, thank you, sir. All right, appreciate your time. Public hearing is still open. If anyone else would like to address the council, please come forward. This time, I'll declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval of the ordinance?
So move.
Motion by Councilmember Matlock. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Metter. Ms. Evans, the caption, please.
The City Council of the City of Texarkana, Texas, amending the zoning ordinance of the City of Texarkana, Texas by rezoning Lot 2, Block 1, Addition, located at 1108 Willis Street in the City of Texarkana, Bowie County, Texas, from commercial to single-family 3, containing a repealer clause, containing a severability clause, and establishing an effective date.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ordinance passes. Item number 6 is ordinance number 2025-056, granting a specific use permit to allow a HUD code manufactured home on Lot 2, Block 1, Buchanan Avenue Addition, located at 1108 Willis Street in Ward 1, Jermel Fulton, owner. At this time, I'll declare the public hearing open on this item. If anyone would like to address the council, if you'll please come forward and state your name for the record. Not seeing anyone coming forward at this time, I'll declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval of the ordinance? Motion by Councilmember Matlock. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Metter. Ms. Evans, the caption, please.
An ordinance of the City Council of the City of Texarkana, Texas, amending the zoning map showing the location, boundary, and use of certain property by the granting of specific use permit number S-783 to allow the location of a HUD Code manufactured home on Lot 2, Block 1, Buchanan Avenue addition, located at 1108 Willis Street in the city of Texarkana, Bowie County, Texas, containing a repealer clause, containing a severability clause, and establishing an effective date.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion passes. Item number 7 is ordinance number 2025-057, granting a specific use permit to allow a HUD Code manufactured home on approximate 1.85 acre tract of land, being tract 36C, RE Survey Headright Survey A-523, located at 2591 Page Street, which is in Ward 1, Jonathan Fowler, owner. At this time, I'll declare the public hearing open on this item. If anyone would like to address the council, if you'll please come forward. Not seeing anyone coming forward at this time, I'll declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval of the ordinance?
So moved.
Motion by Councilmember
Second.
Davis, second by Councilmember Matlock. Ms. Evans, the caption, please.
An ordinance of the City Council of the City of Texarkana, Texas, amending the zoning map showing the location, boundary, and use of certain property by the granting of specific use permit number S-795 to allow the location of a HUD Code manufactured home on an approximate 1.85 acre tract of land, being tract 36C, RE Survey HRS A-523, located at 2591 Page Street, Texarkana, Bowie County, Texas, containing a repealer clause, containing a severability clause, and establishing an effective date.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ordinance passes. Item number 8, ordinance number 2025-058, granting a specific use permit to allow a HUD Code manufactured home on lots 16 through 18, Block 3, City Improv Company West Side 2nd, located at 502 Sulphur Street in Ward 1, Letitia Perez, owner. At this time, I'll declare the public hearing open on this item. If anyone would like to address the council, please come forward. This time, I'll declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
Is that Ms. Hart?
Yes.
Motion by Ms. Hart. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Matlock. Ms. Evans, the caption, please.
An ordinance of the City Council of the City of Texarkana, Texas, amending the zoning map showing the location, boundary, and use of certain property by the granting of specific use permit number S-808 to allow the location of a HUD Code manufactured home on lots 16 through 18, Block 3, City Improv Company West Side 2nd, located at 502 Sulphur Street in the city of Texarkana, Bowie County, Texas, containing a repealer clause, containing a severability clause, and establishing an effective date.
All those in favor say aye. 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 Opposed, no. The ordinance passes. Item number 9 is resolution number 2025-067, authorizing an application in honor of Eddie Matthews and the placement of a historical marker at the Swanger Complex from the Texas Historical Commission. And at this time, I'll declare the public hearing open on this item. We have Vachille Fernandez here to provide additional information. Good evening, Vachille.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. So as part of celebrating the rich heritage of Texarkana, we are requesting that an application be made to the Texas Historic Commission to get an historical marker for Mr. Eddie Matthews. And just a little bit of history behind Mr. Matthews. He was born here in Texarkana and played in Major League Baseball and is created a good history as a third baseman. Played with a lot of different teams, such as the Atlanta Braves, and getting a historical marker placed at the Wagner complex would be help to commemorate the history for people that are here as well as for that family. So we're requesting to get the application completed and also the placement of that marker.
Okay. All right. Very good. Thank you, Vachille. All right. Public hearing is still open on this item. Does anyone else want to address the council? If so, please come forward. Okay, not seeing anyone else coming forward this time, I'll declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval of the resolution? Motion by Councilmember Davis. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Thompson. This is a resolution. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The resolution passes unanimously. Item number 10 is resolution number 2025-068, authorizing the identification and marking of the historic route of Trammell's Trace through Texarkana, Texas. At this time, I declare the public hearing open. Vashil also has additional information as our public hearing is open. Vashil?
Yes. Good evening again, Mayor and Council. And as we continue to commemorate our history, Trammell's Trace, for those who don't know, is the first road into Texas. And so we want to commemorate that by identifying and marking where the trace started and flow throughout Texarkana. So we're requesting approval of this application and be able to trace that. And it's also been approved by the Historic Commission as well.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Vashil. Appreciate that information. All right. Public hearing is still open. If anyone else would like to address the council, please come forward. And I was actually not aware of this. I never had heard of this Trammell's Trace, but then in our packet, the map was provided as it traveled just north of the Red River down through the city, and I found that to be very interesting, where the path was and that trail. So it went all the way to Nacogdoches, correct? Yes. Nacogdoches, Texas, about 180 miles.
Yes, that is correct.
So anyway, okay, that's interesting. All right. Did I close the public hearing? I did not. Okay, public hearing is still open. If anyone else would like to come forward, please do so at this time. Hey, that consent agenda got me this evening. It really knocked me down pretty bad. All right. At this time, I declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval of the resolution?
So moved.
We have a motion by Councilmember Davis. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Thompson. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The resolution passes. Item number 11 is resolution number 2025-069, supporting a grant application to the Texas Department of Transportation for the 2025 Transportation Set-Aside, TA, call for projects for Richmond Road. At this time, I declare the public hearing open, and Vashil is also providing information on this item, correct?
Yes.
Okay, Vashil, go ahead.
So in January of 2025, the Texas Department of Transportation gave out a notice of funding opportunity for their transportation alternative set-aside program. And so the city is working on submitting an application for a Richmond Road project. As you can see on your screen, it will start at Galleria Oaks and go all the way up to University Avenue. And this project includes a shared use path on one side and then sidewalks on the other side of this project. The total funding for this project is $4.8 million. We are also, there won't be any local match required because we have transportation development credits that will cover that match costs. And so the staff is voting for recommending of this application, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Okay. Any questions for Vashil on this item? Okay, thank you, Vashil.
Thank you.
All right, public hearing is still open. If anyone else would like to address the council, please come forward. At this time, I declare the public hearing closed. Is there a motion for approval of the resolution?
So moved. Second.
We have a motion by Councilmember Metter and a second by Councilmember Davis. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Resolution passes. Item number 12 is the second public hearing Summit Utilities proposed natural gas rate increase. Effective date of increase suspended by Resolution 2025-023 to July 31st, 2025, and there's no council action required at this meeting. At this time, I'll declare the public hearing open. So we do have representatives this evening from Summit Utilities. So if you all would please recognize yourselves, and we thank you for being here this evening.
Thank you for the time. Good evening, Mayor and Council. My name is Brooke Parsons. I'm the Director of Regulatory for this region. And then with me, I have...
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'm Greg Strickland, Director of Operations for Summit Utilities.
Very good.
And, we have been in contact with Dr. Orr and Mr. Lewis, letting them know of our intention to continue to support our requests and provide additional information. We've asked that we continue this public hearing until your June meeting so that we can have a little bit of additional time to provide that information. But we did want to show up here and offer any kind of support or offer an opportunity to ask any questions that you may have that might support that request in June.
Any questions by the council? I know, Ms. Matlock, I believe you had requested some information, so are you all working on that? Or?
I have some information that if I could, it's not in a public forum. Is it appropriate to address that outside of council and then to address it as a whole with council?
Yes, sir, that should be fine.
Okay. If you've got some time after this meeting, I'd love to spend some time.
Okay, very good. Any other questions by the council? Okay, and so since we're going to have a continuation of this public hearing, then I'm not actually going to close out this public hearing. It will be continued to our next meeting in June. I'll also call on our city attorney, Mr. Jeff Lewis, for any additional comments or anything you need to share with us.
Mayor, I'm not holding my breath, but if there's anyone else who wants to speak at the public hearing, I need to give that opportunity as well.
Sure, yeah, by all means. So is there anyone else who would like to address the council on this item? Okay. Ms. Parsons, Mr. Strickland, thank you for being here. Appreciate your time. Final call for anyone who wants to address the council on this item. Okay, so we're not going to close out the public hearing. We have a request for a continuance, and so we will put this back on our June 9th agenda to continue the public hearing on this item. This concludes our public hearings portion of the agenda. We'll now move along to the city manager's report. Dr. Orr.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Just a few updates to pass along to you tonight. First off, we have our latest economic development report is available now online. It's for the first quarter of 2025. It includes information on new developments that are planned, new retail, commercial construction permits, and residential construction permits, and much more. The big news this past quarter was that Texarkana residential housing permits have grown sharply over the past 2 years, and so we were able to analyze the data from 2023 through 2024 for the full year. Partly this was due to the council's waiver of the residential building permit fees, which helped drive a 217% increase in permits. So we started with 23 in 2023 and went to 73 in 2024. So that includes multifamily, residential, single family, and duplexes as well. And so early 2025 trends are continuing to show some strong growth in residential housing, which I know we focused on as a part of our economic development efforts. Speaking of economic development efforts, I wanted just to thank the TLL Temple Foundation for the $2 million grant award that we received last week that council just approved tonight. And also just to thank our grant partners, and just to mention them includes the City of Texarkana, Arkansas, RTEX Ready, Texas A&M University Texarkana, in which Councilmember Jay Davis is a big part of our grant team, Texarkana College, University of Arkansas Hope Texarkana, and the Texarkana Chamber of Commerce. So we thank all of our grant partners and look forward to implementing this grant award. Real quick on the Budget Advisory Committee, we had our first meeting last week, and it went well. On May 7th, we'll have another meeting this Wednesday at 11 a.m., and we'll focus on Texarkana water utilities and regional water efforts. And so that'll be at 11:30 here in the conference room. And then just to save the date for council, that our final meeting, it's a joint meeting with Budget Advisory every year. That'll take place, is scheduled for May 28th at 11:30 a.m., and it'll be in this room. And finally, just want to again recognize Kristen and her team for a great job on our annual audit. I say this every year, they make it look easy. Those of us that have been at the city many years know that it hasn't always been this easy. So we appreciate her and her staff and the work that they do. And then also just want to compliment Rayleigh and the work as an intern and presenting her capstone project tonight. So she did a great job with that.
Absolutely. Okay, very good. Thank you, David. Appreciate your remarks this evening. And at this time, move along to administrative comments. Any comments by the council this evening that we need to pass along? I want to congratulate Councilmember Davis, who has received his master's degree this past weekend. So congratulations for that.
Thank you.
A lot of hard work in a short period of time. So 18 months to get a master's degree, that's pretty brutal.
My wife is pleased that I'm done.
Okay, good. So I bet she is. So that's
not done. I heard there's a doctorate.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Okay, so Any
Mayor.
other comments by the council this evening? Ms. Hart?
I had 2 grandchildren to graduate this weekend.
Congratulations.
All right.
Both of them got their bachelor's.
Congratulations to them, Ms. Hart. So,
Fantastic.
Thank you.
and I don't know whether I shared this or not, but just a little personal news this evening. We recently learned that my daughter Olivia and her husband Caleb, they're expecting twins in October. So I'll be working till I'm about 86 to help support that effort. So anyway, but we're excited. According to the test results, they've been told that they're both girls. So that will be an adventure. So anyway, we're very excited for them and hope all goes well. And so we'll look forward to having 2 at one time. So anyway, any other comments by the council this evening? Okay, if not, if there's not any further business to be brought before the council, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion by Councilmember Hart and a second by Councilmember Matlock. All those in favor say aye. Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you all very much for being here. I hope you have a great evening.